Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are watching from, welcome back. This is my third game in the challenge, and if you're tuning in for the first time, let me quickly explain the rules. I have a backlog of 129 games that I must play and complete. Only games with 10 hours or less playtime in my Steam library are eligible for this challenge. To keep things transparent, I'll show you proof of my game time at both the beginning and end of each video. Unfortunately, I forgot to take a screenshot before starting this particular game, so I'll only be showing you my final game time. The goal is to complete all these games by the end of the year. Now for the fun part, each episode I'll spin the wheel to randomly decide which game I'll be playing next. So without further ado, let's spin that wheel. And the next game for this challenge is Into the Breach. Into the Breach is a turn-based strategy indie game developed by Sunset Games and releasing on February 2018 on PC. Sunset Games is also the creator of another beloved title, FTL. In this game, you control a squad of pilots who travel back in time to combat a race of giant monsters known as the Beck, aiming to prevent the end of the world. Now I know what some of you are thinking, another generic time travel story? But that's not the reason why you play this game. The real challenge lies in seeing how far you can get in each run. In Sunset Games' previous title, FTL, you commanded a ship and its crew while navigating various star systems. Your mission was to transport vital information for your faction's survival. Along the way, you had to manage resources, make crucial decisions, and adapt to unexpected challenges. Every choice carried weight. For example, during one of my runs, I was stopped at a checkpoint where an alien faction discovered one of my crew members had a warrant. I could either surrender a crew member or fight my way out. I chose to fight, and lost my ship, ending my run. This is a game where choices have consequences. Into the Breach follows a similar design philosophy, but instead of managing a spaceship, you must protect a new health bar called the Grid. In the top left corner, you'll see a bar representing the grid's health, determining how many damage your city can take before the run ends. Next to it is a percentage that shows the chance that the attack will be blocked. On the right side of the screen, objectives are displayed and completing them earns your resources. At the start of the game, you choose a continent to defend. Each continent has an introduction followed by a player choice, which sector to intervene in. Every mission offers objectives and completing them rewards one of the three key resources, Power, Star, or Power Cores. Power restores grid HP up to a max of 7, and any excess increases grid defense. Star functions as the currency to purchase equipment, skills, mech upgrades, or power at the end of the continent. Power cores, on the other hand, are required to upgrade your mech, with the number needed varying based on the upgrade. So how does the gameplay work? As a turn-based game, you control 3 mech per mission. Each map has a set number of turns to complete objectives. The default squad specializes in knockback attacks, a mechanic that can be both a lifesaver and a nightmare. Enemy primarily targets buildings and objectives, and while pushing them away might seem like the best solution, poor positioning can lead to unintended destructions. If too many building falls, the grid HP depletes. This will end your run. The game encourages eliminating as many Becks as possible, allowing pilots to level up and gain bonus. If your run fails, you can save your best pilot for the next attempt. However, if a pilot dies, they are gone forever, leaving the mech to be controlled by an AI. AI-controlled mechs do not earn experience, limiting future progression. Each continent's goal is to defend its sectors until the final boss attacks the HQ. Once defeated, you clear the continent and you can move on to the next one. While only 2 continents are required before heading to the final area, player can choose to clear more for better upgrade, though at the risk of losing pilots or depleting resources. It is a risk-reward balance that tests players' confidence and strategy. During my playthrough, I would maximize my character build and grid HP before tackling the final area. In this run, I switched to a squad focusing on freezing enemy instead of a knockback. One mech unit could defeat smaller enemy Becks, while another one had the ability to shift all units on the field by 1 block, and the last one could freeze any Beck. Once everything was ready, I entered the final area and began my attack against the Beck. With my current build, I easily conquered the first phase of this fight. Feeling very confident about this run, I believed there was no way I could lose this fight until I made one fatal mistake. I accidentally moved my grid to an attack, leaving myself with just 1 grid HP. Panic ensued as I made a blunder that could cost me my run, but I was not ready to give up. I continued protecting my grid and eventually needed one more turn to win. It is here where the game gave me an ultimatum. I had 2 enemy Becks attacking my grid, and my only unit that could stop them was positioned in a way that could cause self-destruction if I attacked. The game offered a 25% chance that the building won't be destroyed, but was I willing to take that risk? After much deliberation, I made a choice. Unfortunately, my run failed. I was devastated knowing that one misstep cost me everything, but I didn't give up. After several more attempts, I earned an achievement that allowed me to unlock new squads, one that specialized in aerial combat. My first impression, that didn't inspire confidence. Their playstyle felt odd, and I began questioning my decision. But as I played on, I discovered a unique strength. The smoke they generate could heal ally units and disable enemy attacks. I also noticed that one of the units could control an enemy Beck. A light bulb went off my head and I pushed forward with renewed determination. I completed the objective more efficiently, successfully defending the grid, and was almost ready for the final island again. However, this time things didn't go as smoothly as I anticipated. A particularly troublesome Beck made this fight very difficult, and due to the environmental effect, I ended up losing 2 pilots. With 2 pilots short, I was forced to continue forward and barely managed to defend the HQ at a very heavy cost of grid HP. Any remaining resources gained on the island went on recovering HP and preparing for the final battle. Returning to the island, my main objective is to survive and keep the grid intact as the Beck launch relentless attack. During the first phase, only one enemy managed to destroy an installation as I prepared to enter phase 2. With my units fully healed, I am faced with a previous boss against waves of Beck. The grid had only 2 HP left, so positioning would be the key to my victory. Everything was going well the first couple of turns, when once again the game left me with an ultimatum. At that moment, I had no way to stop the last attack. It is here that I resigned myself to defeat. With one press of the end turn button, I watched as the final Beck prepares to attack. Then something incredible happened. My 27% grid defense activated, blocking the attack. With renewed confidence, I carefully positioned my mechs, eliminating the boss, and stalled the remaining enemy until the final turn. As the victory cutscene played, I couldn't believe I had pulled it off. The in-game lore explained why the cycle continues even after a successful run. The credit rolled and I felt the rush of excitement. It was a near-perfect experience. I was eager to edit my video until my power went out in real life. Ironically, it stayed on throughout my entire play session but failed me afterwards, delaying my upload for a day and a half. Funny how that works. Finally playing Into the Breach was a thrilling experience. My decision to pick it up stemmed from my love of FTL, and I only wish I had played it sooner. There is so much more to explore, different mech squad strategy and challenges. If you enjoy turn-based strategy games, I highly recommend both Into the Breach and FTL. They're affordable, each under $15 and well worth your time. With this run complete, I can officially mark Into the Breach as finished. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It really helps me gauge your interest. Also, consider subscribing to my channel for more content. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.